Hi, I'm back here again. I'm Amita Sangvi Shah, your integrated relationship and wellness coach, therapist, and trainer. I work with all sorts of therapies, like which all deal with the unconscious mind, because that's where our power lies. And these are therapies like NLP, hypnotherapy, past life therapy, even the cognitive therapies, and family constellations, family therapy, also energy healing. And I'm continuing the story today with you of the journey of emotions, because our emotional state is what makes up our experience of life. When our emotional state stays pleasant, we are enjoying life and we want more and more experiences where our emotional states would be the pleasant ones. Remember what we talked about earlier in the earlier videos, that we tend to judge ourselves from our emotional state, and when we feel low we tend to judge that I'm a negative person. If we feel depressed or jealous or angry, we think we are negative people. We even look at others that way, but really we are not our emotions. And our emotions are only actually a message from our unconscious and our conscious that something isn't suiting us, that something needs to change. We need to do something different or choose something different, think something different. Now, usually, this is like a code, this is a bit of a puzzle. So, we are like detectives with ourselves, with our emotions. And we need to puzzle a little to be able to sort out what it is. So we also talked about how to get control back, because when we say I'm losing control, it's like we are losing control of the emotional state is becoming bigger than us, and it's taking control of all our faculties, and we are autopilot behaving in a manner which we don't like. So what's a better way to do it? So one of the things that we talked about is that we can own our feelings. So let's recognize that we usually talk about it that others are making me feel sad, so and so is making me feel angry, the COVID situation just now is making me nervous and tense. But really we need to own that power back and say, I'm choosing it. I'm choosing to feel this way, and because I have a good reason. And now once we accept that because I have a good reason, we could work with that reason, we could work to do something different. But now how do we do that? Because you see, it just takes over us. This kind of a feeling, it's in our body. Feelings are something we feel in our body. Where do we feel our feelings? Remember that we feel them in our muscles, in our body, and it's almost automatic. So the heart starts beating fast, or we feel a sharp shooting pain somewhere, the stomach is sinking, the jaws are tightening, the head is heavy and buzzing, and almost this energy, because emotions are just an energy taking a particular formation, it sort of takes over you and headlong bursts you into a particular action. And sometimes the action is very often sabotaging us. So what we talked about is how could we separate the emotion or the feeling and the action. So hitting is not the emotion, hitting is the action, and the emotion here is anger. So I'm feeling angry and then I'm choosing to express it with hitting. Or I'm feeling hurt, I'm choosing to express it by staying silent. So if we could separate these two, we can get some control back. If that could be our habitual way of thinking. So more and more, of course, we need to create this habitual way of thinking to separate the emotions and the expression of it. And then what can we do next to help ourselves? So usually we express our emotions in either a passive way or in an aggressive way. That's an autopilot way of doing it. Assertion takes a little bit of training, or takes a little bit of mindfulness, thoughtfulness. And so how to get that? And often we have been told by our grandmothers and our parents and everybody, just count to 10, then you'll be calm and you'll be fine. Well, there's a pinch of truth in that. So delaying our response does help. So how could we work with that? Delaying our response. Count to 10 was a very basic method, but there are now much better methods for this. Of course, if we program ourselves, and that is through hypnosis and through other inner mind techniques, we get the control back much better. with whatever triggers us. Having said that, one of the ways, for example, that NLP shows us is something called break state. So you are getting gripped by a state and you can break it by just walking away and coming back, changing your body posture, drinking a glass of water, doing something different, and it will break that state and you will get better control back. And there is a neurology behind this, because when we are in the grip of a higher heightened unpleasant emotions, we are in our lower brain state. A lower brain state is signaling danger to us, and when we feel danger or threatened with something, or it feels too much for us, it's our lower brain that kicks in, and we can only think of fight and flight ideas. That is not us. We are much more smarter than that actually. But when we are in the grip of our lower brain, we think of only fight and flight. Now, fight and flight is very good if you're dealing with tigers, lions in a jungle or something. You can't be sitting and thinking. You've got to either run or fight. And so for really dangerous situations, this may be a very good response where the blood and the energy goes to the hands and the legs, and the core organs, the digestion system, the heart, and the stomach and everything, they get less energy, and the whole energy goes towards the hands and the legs. And if we are in prolonged states of stress of lower brain, we can therefore fall sick and be ill. So it's very important how we could get to our top brain, and our top brain is where our wisdom is. Our top brain is where we have ideas and can think through the ideas as to what we should do. For this, break state is one of the ideas. Another idea to do that is to make it look less toxic. Make the situation look less toxic to yourself. It's okay, I'll find a way, and no matter anything, I love and accept myself. Now, once you establish these 2-3 things, no matter anything, I love and accept myself, you will be able to get your control back. So with this, I stop for today, and we'll see you again tomorrow. And meanwhile, have a blessed day, have a blessed night, and take good care of yourselves. Goodbye. See you.